If you've been anywhere near the internet recently, you would have seen that there is a massive civil war going on at the moment around Palworld. On one side, you've got people saying that Palworld is the greatest game of our generation. There's been no better game than that. And on the other side, people are saying Palworld is the devil. Burn the heathens, for they either used AI art or they directly stole the copyright assets from Pokemon, or they're causing animal abuse because you're allowed to, well, funnily enough, cook pals and eat them, which I didn't know about until this drama. But all of this hubbub has stirred the giant that's been slumbering in the ocean, Nintendo. Or the Pokemon company, because they recently released a statement saying that they're finally looking into it. They say, "We have received many inquiries regarding another company's game released in January 2024. We have not granted any permission for the use of Pokemon intellectual property or assets in that game. We intend to investigate and take appropriate measures to address any acts that infringe on intellectual property rights related to the Pokemon. We will continue to cherish and nurture each and every Pokemon in its world, and work to bring the world together through Pokemon in the future." The Pokemon Company. Well, the Pokemon Company's doing a pretty bad job at doing that, because their games have been so stinky, it's only been separating the molecules of the world apart. They've been, the games have been icky. But I'm really surprised that the Pokemon Company has been caught off guard by Palworld coming out. You'd think a company so massive, so worldwidely known, like some people know Pikachu better than they know Jesus himself, would be able to look into all its potential competitors. Digimon. I'm trying to think of other competitors. Yu-Gi-Oh? Thinking about it, yeah, there's not many apart from Digimon, which is why this is such a big deal, because Palworld has come in and it's hit the grandma that is Pokemon on the back of the head with a baseball bat. That grandma, she's going to sleep for a long time unless grandma can whip out the ninja moves and recover with a really, really good Pokemon game, which is why grandma should have seen this coming. Basically, the metaphor saying Pokemon should have seen this coming. They should have been looking at all the other potential competitors and all their upcoming projects, which I think they might have. I think they've looked into Palworld before and they can't find anything that really infringes on their property, despite what the internet would tell you. So a few people told me, "Hey, Devoun, check out this video." Last time I made a video about the Palworld plagiarism drama, and you know, it's got two very similar models there. But really, the reality is, it doesn't change my point. Like I said last time, wolves are gonna look like wolves. You're not gonna suddenly get like a wolf with 6 legs, or like a wolf with a leg on top of its back. Although maybe you could. Honestly, maybe I should be a designer for Palworld, and I'd avoid all of that. But, you know, people like wolves. That's a fact. Look at furries, they like wolves. So it's a common character, and of course you're gonna have similar looking models if you feature them after wolves. Same with this one here. This lizard looking Pokemon, again, it's based on lizards that are standing on their legs, and I really don't think these are that similar. They've got lizard beaks and lizard hands and lizard legs and a lizardy tail. I don't really see the similarities in that one. And same with this one. This is another wolf model. I still haven't changed my mind. I still think Palworld is in the right here. They haven't infringed on any intellectual property. Everything is different enough that it can be perceived as its own brand, its own pals. And as this Twitter user points out, it's pretty easy to make things look similar, like with this. Uh-oh, it's a me, Mario. Looks like Nintendo or Sega has some explaining to do, huh? Caught red-handed, Sega, huh? Oh, you're copying my favorite Italian plumber's designs for Sonic? No, buddy, that's a big no-no. Looks like Sega's getting cancelled. Those designs are pretty much the exact same. Look, I know Mario and Sonic are very differently designed enough, but it does look quite close when you just use the meshes of the models. But something I find hilarious is that the original poster of these comparison videos was doing it because they find it disgusting how Palworld glorifies animal abuse. And that is a whole nother argument. So in Palworld, and I didn't know this, you can catch or kill the lamb pals, and then you cook them, and you turn into lamb stew. And this has actually got PETA's attention. They released a response saying, "PETA has already heard from many Palworld fans who have no interest in eating pals, and want a vegan guide created for the game." Thank you, PETA. Very, very impactful, very amazing. Now all we need is a signed bill from the President of the United States, Joe Biden, to ratify this into the law. Now, I just find it so funny funny that Peter's getting involved in this now, in a game where you've got these guys operating gigantic machine guns and bazookas. Like, Palworld is such a stupid concept when you think about it, and it's so ironic that you got the name Palworld for doing things that are very not Pal-like. I personally think the anger about being able to eat the lamb pal is quite silly, because no one is gonna look at that in game and be like, oh, they start salivating, their mouth just with drool coming down everywhere. I gotta get myself on a, they look at their pet dog. Oh, no, hello, pal. No, nobody's gonna do that. And if they did, they already have major problems beforehand, so I don't think it's that big a deal. But what I do think is a big deal is the plagiarism thing. I don't think Palworld has plagiarized Nintendo, and I think that this overall is a really good thing for Pokemon in general, because Nintendo just keeps freaking releasing the same Pokemon. It's like releasing the same brand of underwear every year. It's gonna get old eventually. It's like me wearing the same white t-shirts every video. I mean, that doesn't get old, but I'm not talking about video games, am I? No, but it's good, because Nintendo's gonna make better games now. They're gonna see Palworld and they're like, oh, maybe we should actually start trying to experiment and do a lot better and put a lot more money into things that are better than Legends of Arceus. Arceus? Oh, I'm so bad. I'm sorry. I don't know my Pokemon very well because they release the same game. But I do like Pokemon. I love Pokemon as well. That's why both can coexist. But those are my thoughts. Goodbye. Don't eat any lambs out there.